discussing the topic clauses, and then we are going to understand the type of clause, which is adjective clause. Now clause is just like phrase but also different from phrase. There is a fine difference between a clause and a phrase. A clause is a collection of words which has subject and predicate within it. And since we are talking about adjective clause, it will work as an adjective as well. So the definition of adjective clause can be, the definition of adjective clause that they are collection of words, and those collection of words that contain subject and predicate of their own, and function as an adjective. Since we are talking about adjective clause, we have to make that clause function as an adjective. Only then our clause will be considered to be an adjective clause. Now let us understand the difference between adjective phrase and adjective clause. So my example is an umbrella with a broken handle. Now with a broken handle, I know it's a collection of words. Even my phrase is collection of words. And broken handle is an adjective. So how will I distinguish an adjective phrase from an adjective clause? Here with a broken handle is my adjective phrase. Why? Because this phrase or this collection of words does not contain a subject in it. And since there is no subject, which means that it is an adjective phrase and not an adjective clause. It is an adjective phrase and not an adjective clause. But when I say an umbrella which has a broken handle, an umbrella which has a broken handle, here which is my subject, rest is my predicate, broken over here is my adjective. How adjective? Because I say which handle, so I get the answer, the broken handle. Or my handle is being described as broken, and of which umbrella. So even my umbrella is a noun. Always remember that whenever we are talking about adjective clause, that adjective will always come after noun. Adjective, this is important, that adjective will always be placed after the noun. Here the noun is umbrella. That umbrella is broken, right? So an umbrella which has a broken handle, an adjective is placed after the noun. And since this clause contains a subject and a predicate and it works as an adjective, therefore this is my adjective clause. So the biggest difference between a clause and a phrase is that a phrase will not contain a subject and a predicate, while my clause will only be considered as a clause only when it contains a subject and a predicate. And then since here we are talking about adjective, it functions as an adjective, therefore this my clause becomes an adjective clause. Now next we are going to understand the various rules for making use of adjective clause. Now implementing the examples, we will first understand the use of connectors. So now we are going to understand the concept of connectors in our adjective phrases. Now the connector who, whose and whom. These connectors are used for living beings. Like the girl who knew too much, the person whose leg was paralyzed, or I can say the boy whom you were talking about. So all these connectors I am using for living beings. I cannot say the house who is in the front. I will say the house that is in the front. Or I can say the pen who has fallen down. Or I can say the pen which has fallen down. Right? So who is always used for living beings. For non-living beings, we make use of connectors such as that or which. That or which is used for non-living beings. So for non-living things, we make use of connectors that or which. Again, if I am using the connector as will always be preceded by such or similar or same. So whenever it is such as, similar as, same as, right? Or when we are making use of same nouns. Like I say, red is my favorite as black is. So red and black are same nouns of the same category. So for that also we make use of as. Then if we are making use of connector that is always used as a replacement of who or which. It can also be preceded by words like no, all, such, few, nothing. So these are some of the words. I'm not saying all, but some. So with that we make use of that. All that, such that, nothing that. Right? So these are some of the words against which we make use of connector that. Then we make use of connector when. When is used for time. Where is used for place. Why is used for reason. Right? When is used for time, where is used for place, and why is used for reason. So now we are going to understand and study these connectors one by one. So now we are going to understand these connectors through adjective clauses. So first let us understand the conjunctions why, when, where and what. So these conjunctions, when they are used with adjective clause, they behave as adverb, and those are the adverb of adjective. So they behave as relative adverbs. So why, when, where and what. When they are used with adjective clause, So when they are used with adjective clause, they behave as relative adverb. So their behavior is similar as relative adverbs. So let us begin with why. Why is used for reason. So I will say, she told me why she was late. So she told me why she was late. Here there is some kind of reason which why is giving us, right? Maybe she was late because she missed her train or she missed her bus, or maybe she woke up late. There might be any reason, but why over here is representing the reason. Then when, like I say, I called you when you were not at home. Now I called you when. Here again a time is being described, that at what time or what was the representation of the time when you called me. So I called you when you were not at home. Again a time is being described over here. Another example of where is like, this is the place where we first met. Now this is the place where we first met, where again over here represents the place, that where you first met, this was the place, right? So again it represents the place. Then I did not like what you said. Now here what is describing the manner, that the manner in which you said to me, I did not like that. So what over here is representing my manner. So this is the first way in which all these connectors are used in adjective clause. Now second, we are going to understand the usage of as and that. We are going to understand the usage of as and that. So that is used, they both are being used with same. With the word same, we make use of as and that. Now when we are using the word as with same, it will not contain a noun. As plus same does not contain a noun. It does not contain a noun in it, but it shows the same resemblance. The resemblance is the same. We will understand this concept through example. The example can be, I like the same perfume as she. I like the same perfume as she. Over here, with as I'm using a noun, as she, and likes over here is hidden. We do not say as she likes. I will just say as she. The likes over here is understood through the sentence. We do not specially mention that. Or I say, this dress is same as mine. So is same as mine. Over here, if I am not using mine, I will say as my dress. So now the noun is not being repeated over here. I am not repeating the noun. Instead, I am writing mine. So as same as mine, over here it says that it does not contain a noun. When we are using as plus same, there is no noun which is being repeated in the sentence, right? Now we are going to discuss that plus same. Now when we are making use of that plus same for the adjective clause, remember that noun will be present for both qualification and resemblance. So noun is used for both qualification and resemblance. This qualification and resemblance we will understand better through example. Like I say, I will buy the same dress that she has bought. I will buy the same dress that she has bought. Now that she has bought, here it is showing the resemblance, that the dress resembles to what she has bought and it is expressing the resemblance. So this is a sentence of resemblance because it resembles the dress. Dress, same dress that she has bought. Another example is, this is the same girl that asked for your address. This is the same girl that asked for your address. Here there is some kind of qualification. This is not the resemblance but a qualification that girl was asking for your address and this is the same girl who was asking for your address. So again, that is used for qualification and that can also be used for resemblance. So in this video we have talked about clause and then we have discussed the type of clause which is adjective clause. The clause which acts as an adjective is referred to as an adjective clause. That adjective clause should contain a subject and a predicate in it. Then we also discussed different types of connectors which can be used in adjective clause and the role of each connector. We also made use of various examples in our sentences so that we can understand the concept of adjective clause better.